Visualizing text helps students build auditory processing, listening, and reading comprehension skills. It also teaches them to visualize information that they hear. All of the passages in this book are narrative. To complete the exercises in this book, the students should not have anything on their desk. The teacher starts out by reading each passage one sentence at a time. After the teacher reads the first sentence in the story, the teacher encourages the student to create a visual image of that particular sentence. Sometimes teachers may need to ask prompting questions such as, what time of day was it? Was it cold or warm? How old were the children? To help prompt the students to create more visual images of the diagrams. The teacher performs that step for every sentence within the story until the passage is complete. As the student creates each one of those images, the student draws a visual diagram in a box next to the story. For each line, the student creates a new image. Then, once the teacher is done reading the passage, the student retells the information from the story twice. First, with all of the visual imagery that the student created and visualized, and the second time, just including information from the passage. Let's take a look at the book and do an example together. For exercise 1, I'm going to read the passage out loud, one sentence at a time. 3 boys were sitting around a campfire in Vermont. If I had a student with me, I would ask the student to tell me what they visualized. Some students don't visualize much, so I might ask, about how old are the boys? What color is their hair? About what time of day is it? Is it cold or warm? To help the students form a visual image of that sentence. In this particular case, the student drew a sketch of 3 boys, 2 with blonde hair, one a little bit taller than the others, and one with black hair. The student also drew a picture of a fire with flames and blue clouds in the sky. Then I continue to the next line. One boy took out a bag of marshmallows. I would ask the student to then visualize what kind of image he or she sees there. I might ask questions like, which boy was that? Were they small marshmallows or were they big marshmallows? Was the boy at the campsite or did he walk away somewhere? Then I would ask the student to draw a sketch of that particular image in the second box. Then I would move to the third sentence. Another boy gathered 3 sticks. I would ask the student to visualize that image. Which boy was that? Where was the boy? What did the sticks look like? Were they long or short? Then once the student visualized that image, I would have him or her draw a sketch in the third box like the student did here. Finally, I would read the last sentence. The 3 boys roasted marshmallows on their sticks and told ghost stories. I would ask the student to visualize that last line. Where are the boys? How much time has passed between the first part of the story and the last part of the story? What do the boys look like now? The student would then draw a sketch of that particular image in the last box. Now that the story is finished, I would have the student retell the story twice. First with all the extra details from the image that the student created, and then with only images and details straight from the story. For instance, the first retelling might be, based on these pictures, 3 boys were sitting by a campfire. 2 had blonde hair and 1 had black hair. They were sitting next to a fire with giant flames. One boy, the one with black hair, decided to go for a walk and find a bag of mini marshmallows. They were in a purple container. Another boy, the one with blonde hair, went searching through the woods for sticks. He found some short ones and some long ones. Finally, 6 hours later, they all came back to the campfire. They looked very tired, but they decided to sit around and eat marshmallows. Now I'm going to retell that story as the student, trying to only include details straight from the passage. 3 boys sat around a campfire. One boy gathered marshmallows. Another boy found sticks in the forest. Then the 3 boys sat around the campfire, eating marshmallows and telling stories. As students progress through the book, they practice similar exercises over and over again. The more they practice these, the more their auditory processing, listening, reading comprehension and visualization skills will improve. I encourage you to practice as many of these exercises as possible.